This is a special podcast presentation from 700WLW.com. This is Doc Thompson On Demand.
The Doctor's on 700 WLW. Thanks so much for joining me today. Beautiful day in the tri-state. Beautiful day if you don't have to drive. No, it's good driving conditions, but if you're planning on filling up gas, man, what's going crazy? I can tolerate under $3 a gallon. I don't like it, but I can tolerate it. When it gets above $3 a gallon and I fill up my tank and it's over $50, my head is about to explode. The ideal price for me, obviously, would be as cheap as I could get it, but I would be happy if it's under $2 a gallon. When I see $1.89, $1.75, right through that area, I'm like, okay. I'm okay with that. Sure, I'd love it to be 4 cents a gallon, but I'm okay with that. Gas prices continue to tick up. Barrel of oil is near $100 a barrel. It's $91.61 as of yesterday. You say it could tick up to $100 very soon, which would mean about $4 a gallon by summertime. Now you have the Shell oil exec, a former executive, saying that it could be $5 a gallon by 2012. That seems unlikely. Possible, but unlikely. The $4 a gallon by summer, that seems very probable. And even though these continue to tick up, where is the discussion on this? Media's not talking about this. In the past, they are right out there with oil. So what's the difference? Dan Gaynor joins me now from the Business and Media Institute. How are you, Dan?
I'm doing great unless I have to buy gasoline on my way to work.
Yeah, exactly. How come we're not hearing more about this in the media?
Oh, because, of course, it would make Barack Obama look bad. I mean, that's the only conclusion you can make. When gas prices went up, like $2.62 back in the day, back when Bush was president, it was big news.
Yeah, I mean, that was just $2.62 and people were going bug nuts.
Yeah, you had Ann Thompson out there going after saying no matter what kind of gas is sold today, it's now unbelievably expensive. Well, you know what? Today it's more unbelievably expensive, and they're not making a big deal about it because their man, meaning the guy that they supported, is in the White House.
That's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Well,
there's other things going on, but you know what? We've actually had a pretty slow news cycle in the past couple of weeks with the holidays and that, and coming back. There's certainly a topic that would be out there.
Yeah, and you look at one of the things that they did back when Bush was president. Every single time gas prices went up or there was a problem, they would go interview the man on the street. That's the big thing. You always think, oh my God, it's painful for Bucky Harrelson in Kentucky.
I can't feed my family.
Yeah, and of course it would be because it is painful for people.
Mm-hmm.
But it's painful for people now, but they're not doing it because they only try to prove the things that they believe in. So now gas is $3.07 or something nationwide,
mm-hmm.
and it's that usually the $3 benchmark is a big thing. They didn't warn about it. It was getting higher, and now it's over $3. They're not screaming bloody murder.
I did some research last week, Dan, on this. Some of this comes from the Heritage Foundation on how the media has portrayed gas prices in the past, and I want to run down a couple of them for you. May 2004, the New York Times, congressional Democrats were stepping up pressure on the Bush administration to ease gasoline prices. That's what they reported. And that was when they were still under $2 a gallon. April 2005, this is journalists at a press conference asked Bush, Mr. President, a majority of Americans disapprove of your handling of Social Security and gas prices. In 2006, Senator Barbara Boxer said of President Bush, since George Bush and Dick Cheney took over as president and vice president, gas prices have doubled. They're too cozy with the oil industry. They were nowhere near $3 a gallon then.
Well, and you look at now what's happening. Barack Obama has single-handedly made your gas prices go up. I mean, single-handedly, because he eliminated drilling in the Gulf, and now he said, oh, yeah, companies can drill in the Gulf. They won't be able to drill until maybe 2012. So, we've got this drilling moratorium up there that is raising the price of oil. Well, when the price of oil goes up, typically the price of gasoline goes up since it's made with oil.
Yeah, he's certainly not helping the cause any. I mean, it's pretty simple. If you have more oil available, well, you're probably going to have lower gas price. That's at least one piece of the puzzle.
Yeah, and then you also have nationwide, you have all these environmental regulations, and you went through a couple years of the left talking about desperately trying to make new climate legislation rules, and now the EPA may be doing it on their own, even though Congress won't approve it, trying to basically make carbon more expensive.
Well, the nice thing about the EPA, it allows politicians to wash their hands. Oh, I didn't do it. I didn't cause the price. The EPA did it. Whether they secretly support it or not, they can blame the EPA.
Yeah, well, fortunately, Congress also funds the EPA. So
well, yeah,
if they really want to stop
that's true.
That, the new Tea Party Congress can do something about that. The question will be whether they do. And as long as there's not a lot of heat on them from the media that affects things. That's the real problem here. They spent years, most of the Bush presidency, beating up President Bush on oil prices and gas prices. Every time they went up, gas prices are high. What's the Bush administration doing about it?
Oh, yeah, and the headlines I shared with you, or the information, the questions by reporters, is just a fraction of them. I mean, throughout his entire administration, it was, you're responsible for this because you're an ex-oil guy, you're too close with the oil industry, Cheney's too close with them as well. But where's the discussion now? I guess Obama and his administration are off the hook because they're not cozy with the oil industry. Or are they?
Well, of course, they're just as cozy. I mean, we remember the whole Beyond Petroleum theme about BP. Well, when of course we found out they're not really beyond petroleum and they're not really competent at what they do. So then we had this whole year of cleanup in the Gulf where magically BP suddenly got control of the FAA and the Coast Guard and all sorts of government agencies to keep the media out of the Gulf. But really, all those agencies are run by one man, Barack Obama.
And, as much as the president, he put that continued ban on drilling in the eastern part of the Gulf, the Atlantic, the Pacific as well, continued that moratorium, even though most of his scientists that did the report to say whether or not it was safe to continue the deep water drilling in the Gulf, they basically fudged the report, and he kept that moratorium in place, even though all of those things, and the environmentalists listen right now, Dan, are going, well, saving the planet, whatever. The one thing you need to know, even if you believe that oil is bad and we need to stop this drilling, you cannot trust Obama when it comes to this because he has given money to Brazil so they can drill for oil.
Well, yeah, and you look, literally, Cuba and Red China, it's nice to call them what they really are, but Red China are getting ready to drill off our coast of Florida. That's not drilling that we're doing. It's just there's oil out there, so they're going to drill for it.
Well, if there's an accident, I think it'll stop at the international border, right? They won't flow into the coal.
It's their same attitude about coal. They won't let us build coal plants in this country, which are the most environmentally sound coal plants you can build anywhere in the world. So instead, what we're doing, we're shipping coal. That whole coals to Newcastle, we're shipping them instead to China. We're shipping coal, so it's got the environmental cost of the shipping. And then they're building coal plants that aren't very environmentally sound, and they're just dumping coal ash into the atmosphere and carbon and all this other stuff that the left hates. Why? Because we can't burn it here.
See, and that's my frustrating part with this, Dan. When we go back and forth to this stuff, we may have a difference of opinion on things when it comes to what is environmentally sound and what is not. My biggest problem right now, though, is the administration is being completely hypocritical on this stuff. They like to spin this as it's green and it's good for the environment and stuff, but they actually have policies in place that are bad for the environment if you're somebody who believes in that stuff.
Right. And you look, there was a story, I think it was the New York Times today, or the Washington Post, about this environmental minister in India. And what he's doing is he's not letting them do anything. He's not letting them build new plants. He's not letting them drill or mine or anything in their country because, of course, he said, well, that's bad for the environment. Meanwhile, people are without jobs and the economy's crashing and burning and all sorts of problems like that.
Well, I think we know that man is bad for the environment, right?
That's the left's view of the world. Got it from watching one I guess probably the first film, The Matrix.
Yeah, we're all bad for the planet. Let's just go ahead. If we end all human life, it'll be much better for the planet.
Yeah, well, I don't see them volunteering to go first. Because
exactly.
Things might be a lot better if they did.
Dan Gaynor from the Business and Media Institute. Appreciate you joining me.
Happy to do it. Happy New Year to you.
You as well, sir. I'm going to have in fact, it's already up there. There's my blog, 700WLW.com. There's a link to his website so you can find more information. The fact is, the president is a hypocrite on this. No, if you're somebody who believes that coal and oil and these things are bad for the environment, that's fine. We can differ on these things. We can disagree. That's okay. But you cannot tell me the president is doing these things because he's trying to protect the environment when he continues to push the notion and give money to Brazil so they can drill for oil. Either oil is bad or it's not. And if anybody should be drilling, it should be us. You're going to give somebody else money so they can drill? First of all, don't be giving them the money. Second of all, if we're going to drill, or if anybody's going to drill, it should be us. I guess maybe that's it. He's very strategic. He wants Brazil to destroy their environment. Maybe that's it. Make it a horrible, horrible place with lots of jobs and cheap energy and stuff. Horrible, horrible place. Do you think gasoline's going to hit $5 a gallon? Think it'll hit $4? My money's on 4. I'll give you 4. 5 seems unlikely, but you never know. It's Doc Thompson, 700 WL.